Just making sure. There we go. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Julie Samako here with Southern Charm Wreaths. We're going to be making a simple fall wreath. I want to say simple, but sometimes I don't know what simple looks like. Honestly, I'm an extra type of girl. But we're going to do a simple, hopefully a simple wreath design for you, showing you how to do something very easy and simple. Hi, Trice, how are you? So let me close this and make sure everybody can see. And I'm going to pull my chat up over so that I can see everyone. I'm going to use a 16-inch grapevine wreath, but let me show you these really pretty color palette that I chose. I wanted to use these sunflower sprays. If you're looking for simple designs, look for sprays that are like this, like they're all one piece. You can find them pretty much everywhere this time of year, especially because it's still fall. FYI, this will be my last fall wreath for the year, so I'm going to be switching all to Christmas. But we've got this, and I have a really pretty peachy, not quite peach, I don't even know what, there's a little yellow in here actually, but there is some like peach color. It's a hydrangea, and it's got a lot of colors in it. And the reason I thought it would be pretty is because look at the leaves on this sunflower. Do you see the coloring? It sort of blends. So when you're choosing, I teach this all the time in our Wreath Making of the Month Club group. When you are choosing color, look at literally everything on the flower, like the tips, the centers, the leaves, everything. And so there's that. And then I also brought over a little, is it pampas? I don't know. Pampas grass. To put in it, so we'll see how that goes. And then I liked this color of ribbon because it seemed very simple but yet elegant. It brings in the brown of the sunflowers and some of the white of the sunflower. So I think this is going to be just a very simple, pretty, hopefully elegant design. We'll see, right? So again, we're doing an 18-inch grapevine wreath. Nope, 16-inch grapevine wreath. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is make our bow. Put that over there. I am going to do just a few loops. I'm thinking 3. 3 is it. I'm going to try to do simple. Let's see if we can do simple. That won't go on there. Let's give a little bit of a streamer. I'm going to just give me a little bit of length here. It was 21 inches is what I'm going to do. How is everybody doing? Are y'all ready for a long weekend? Pinch and pleat into my 2 fingers right here. Now, if you were in our holiday bow making masterclass last week, you're probably a pro at bow tying by now. Here, let me put this over here. This is 4-inch ribbon. It's wired. All right, and I've got it pinched between my 2 fingers. And I'm going to lay it on the mat and do a 6-inch loop. So on the mat, I measure 12 inches, and when I fold it, it creates a 6-inch loop. But let me look at my flowers one more time, because it seemed like this was a very big flower, if I recall. And I'm going to want maybe a little more of a loop. I think more like that. So if you're making it home, 14. So that's going to be 14. That makes a 7-inch loop if you're using a bow maker. Okay, so we've got our first loop, twist. We're going to make our next loop. Hold on. Let me redo that in my fingers. Okay, twist. Well, we had that hurricane go through, and it's a lot cooler Did anybody else have that happen? If you're in the Southeast or the Florida, Carolinas, Georgia area. It's very cool. Feeling like fall. I'm just going to trim this. And I just did 3 loops. I'm trying to do simple. Y'all think I can accomplish simple? Turn it over and then lift up your pointer finger and secure with your wire. I pinch it a little bit right here. Love those colors, says Marilyn. Can't believe it's Labor Day weekend already. I'm kind of excited for the long weekend, but then also sad to see summer go, right? All right, so we have our 3-loop bow, and I'm going to attach it to my wreath. Okay. I'm going to find part of the wreath that I like this side showing. I'm going to move it up a little bit because we're going to have, this is going to be a crescent shaped wreath, and so I think that having the side that looks decent is probably what looks, you know, that should be what's showing versus over here where we're going to fill it up with florals and ribbon. All right, I'm going to go ahead and trim this back a little bit more. And this is Dupioni ribbon. It's a faux silk. I think it's faux silk. It's got to be, right? It is. It frays on the edges, so all I'm going to do is roll it up. I'm thinking I want to go this way, though. Okay, so we've got a little ribbon action going on, some texture, some softness to that rough grapevine wreath. Marianne says it's going to be nice next week. Yes, good, that's good. Yes, it's been an amazing day in South Carolina. It's just been so nice. I think it's been the 80s, which is so refreshing. All right, if you've been watching me for a little bit, you know to fluff your wreath pieces. So this is our, this is the first piece that we're using, sunflower spray. So like I tell our Wreath of the Month Club members, and by the way, tomorrow's the last day to join us. If you want to join us for this year, we're going to be closing the doors to new members. Let me move this a little bit more. I'm just fluffing, and I was going to say, if you have been watching me or you're in the Wreath of the Month Club group, you know how I feel about shaping. Just shape, shape, shape. I'm not a fan of the back of this one sunflower, but I'm going to try not to let it get to me. All right, and then we're going to get to this one because I think I can cover it up with other product. All right, so we have our larger bloom, and then pull the branches down and just give it a little bit of a handshake with all of the little pieces. Vera, we are located in South Carolina, the United States. Where are you located? Virginia, right? No, I think I missed another comment. Tracy's in Virginia. Isn't this fun? I just love seeing all of the different like fall pieces, and now we got a huge shipment of Christmas stuff. Let me know, delivered by a semi truck. Let me know if you want to see that palette that we got for Christmas items. I am really ready now to decorate another Christmas tree. We have one over here that I'm gonna disassemble and decorate again for our Wreath of the Month Club members in a different style, and then we'll decorate one in our kitchenette here at the workshop. I've got a wreath to decorate in my office, and then we've got trees to decorate at our house. So lots of learning going to be happening in our Wreath of the Month Club group about tree decorating. If that's something you're interested in learning, we're going to be doing that starting this month? No, next month. We've got one more day, and then it's September. I'm going to trim this to about 4 inches, and it's about that area where the stem starts to get a little bit thinner. All right, so that's where I'm going to cut that one. I'm going to cut this one as well. Ooh, there we go. Vicki says yes, she wants to see the supplies. Okay, so the last time we made a wreath together, if you missed that amazing fall wreath, we did, was it yesterday? I can't even remember. This week, it was one where we started with the greenery first, right? So sometimes when I teach, I say start with the greenery, create your foundation and shape, but you don't always have to do it that way. Now what we're going to do is we're going to start with these because these are significantly, they're large, and they already have done a lot of the work for us because they've already added all of the texture, and our focal flowers are already included in it. And so I'm going to use these just like they are, and I'm going to attach these to the grapevine wreath. Here is the glue so you can see just how much glue we want to put on here. Oh, let's go that way so it doesn't unravel. You want enough so that it doesn't come out, but then also not so much that you create this big blob. All right, I'm going to bend this that way. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some bind wire, another tool that we talk about all the time in our Wreath of the Month Club group. Wire, it's wrapped in a brown paper, very thin. You can use this to tie your bows if you want as well. I'm going to use this just to tack down my top up here because it's sticking out a little bit too far. I definitely want dimension, okay? So one of the things that's going to make your wreath look high-end and get you that extra little coin in your pocketbook is when you sell it, is to create the dimension and the depth. Meaning you want it to be sort of thick. I don't know if I want the pine cone here, but I'm going to leave it there for now. And then let's move that up there and get my bow shaped. All right, so we've got that one. And then we're going to do the next one is going to go over on this side. We're going to try to mirror what we already have. I'm going to look for a plan of action here. Oh, I forgot to change the camera angle, y'all. I do apologize. Let me zoom in so you can see a little bit better what I've done. There we go. All we did was attached this, hot glued it in the top of our bow, and then I secured it up here with some bind wire, which is this. It's just a very thin wire. And then I'm going to add more glue on my stem. There we go. Hold on. I'm having fun in the glue over here, trying not to drip it. All right, we're going to add this one. On this side. Okay. And then I'm going to see, I think I'm going to tack this down just a little bit as well on this end. So y'all, don't be afraid to try new styles with your wreaths. I'm wondering how many of you make your own fall wreaths for your own door? You know, this is a great way to just have fun with crafting and getting creative. I think I'm going to move my wire up a little bit. There we go. I lost the wire in the wreath. There it goes. Tack it down. Just going to twist it a little bit. I don't want this flush with the wreath. I still want to have a little bit of, it's got about 1.5 inches away from the wreath so we can have that depth. All right. And we're done. Told you it was simple. I told you it was simple. No, I told you also that I don't know how to do simple, so I'm going to keep going. But if you wanted to quit here, you could. And everybody would be amazed at your wreath making skills, wouldn't they? They'd be like, dang, you made that? You did good. All right, these are the flowers that I wanted to incorporate. I think I'm only going to do a couple because they're large. Angelica, I didn't make the spray. No, I purchased it. Okay, let's see where we're going to go with this. Maybe right here. I'm just going to space it out right now. And I'm going to move that pine cone. I'm going to move the pine cone. I had a feeling it would be in the way of my vision. And I want this to go over here. Right, there's one. I am going to leave the other pine cone on the opposite side. Let's see if I can bend that up just to reposition that flower a little bit more. Maybe bend this one out slightly. I might have gone a little too far. I'm going to reposition this one. There. It was just in a little bit too far. So we have that one over there. And I don't like a line of any sort, so I'm going to bend that up that way a little bit. So it's not so much looking like a line. Who thinks they can do this much? Isn't that pretty? All right, so now what we're going to do is add a little bit of, I want to add this before, oh, I don't want to add it too soon because I'm scared I'm going to get glue all over it. So let me pull it over here though. We still have one more of these left. I'm not going to use that. I want to use some filler flower and some long needle pine. I think that will be pretty. It'll also bring out a little green in my ribbon. So let's do a little bit of that first. This pine, you can use any type of pine. It's good to use this for fall because fall is all about getting ready for the seasons to change. It's got a lot of texture. It's got the really pretty coloring. But we don't need them all this long. Isn't that pretty? Look at that. And if you touch it, it feels fresh. It feels fresh. All right, let's just look and see. Maybe up here. Just gonna start placing these in. I have to glue them still, but right now I wanted to get a little idea first. Maybe right there. Kind of like that. All right, so let me glue. So if you're a little unsure about where to go with your pieces, just put them on there and then step back. I think I need to go down a little bit further. Right? Okay, I'm going to do this one over here. But you don't want to do the whole wreath. You don't want to do the whole wreath like that. You just want to do one layer at a time. So for example, I didn't place everything up here. I feel like that might be too tall, but we can always trim it back. I didn't want to put everything up here temporarily and then come back and glue. You only want to do one layer at a time like that. So I'm only doing my green. All right, so now I'm going to take this one out and glue. Okay. Let's do this one over here. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Let's see. I'm going to come over this way with this one. Oh, hey, Sandra. I like that. I like that. Okay, and then let's do a little bit right through here. Maybe a little bit shorter. I got my flowers wholesale, Teresa. All right, I'm going to come under here. There's that. I could always go back and add a little bit more, but right now, hey Carrie, I have something that I'm happy with. You know, I'm starting to establish the shape. I'm always tweaking with my hands and getting the glue strings off. All right, now I have my focal flowers that I want to add. Not focal, but my filler. So our focal flowers are these larger flowers. They're the sunflowers, right? Now I want to incorporate something called filler flowers. So the filler flowers are where you fill in in between your focal. This is, to me, the easier part, because now you've got things situated and spaced out. When you are creating your silk flower wreaths, it's important to remember the elements, the elements of wreath making and floristry, which is, spacing is one of the elements. So you just want to make sure that you have enough spacing so that every flower gets their center of attention. We have our sunflowers and we've added our hydrangeas, and now these are going to kind of connect everything together. And this wreath is supposed to be a little bit more compact and not so airy like the last wreath we did live. And if you missed it, we have it on our YouTube channel. It was a very airy fall wreath. This is just a little bit more compact. Oh, I'm trying to find the wreath under there. So we got one here. All right, I'm going to come down at the bottom this way. And I'm trying to find the wreath under all the stuff that's there already. I think that's in there. All right, now I'm going to come over this way some. Let's go this way. That is not going in. Let me see if I can find another spot. Here we go. Just bend it into the area where you want it to be. Okay, so I feel like that looks pretty down here at the bottom, and now let's start working our way up here. Let's start first closer to the bow. We're going to come over this way. Once you learn some of these little tricks and tips regarding the fundamentals of wreath making, it feels like it just comes together effortlessly. And it took me, I had to educate myself on this. There was no wreath maker who taught me this. I was not trained in floristry or anything like that. I paid attention and read books on floristry, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to incorporate this into wreaths and wreath making. And once I started doing that, I can't believe how much more professional my wreaths have, look and come together a lot faster. And once you could, figure out a few, it just gets a little quicker and quicker. But we have complete training in our Wreath Making of the Month Club portal and explaining in detail about the elements. All right, here. I think we're good. I still have one more little flower, and maybe I'll put it right there. I don't like having little extras, leftovers. Does anybody else? Yay! Motika's going to join us, Wreath of the Month Club. I love it. If you're interested in joining, go to Learn to Wreath, T-O, learn2wreath.com. just like that. Let's see if it'll, I think I posted it in the chat. Hopefully you could see it for those interested to learn a little bit more. Isn't that pretty? Hi, Ann. Thanks for joining me live. Okay, now we've got our focal flowers, we've got our filler flowers, we have established our foundation. We're in the process of adding texture with all of the elements. We've got the grapevine wreath, we've got the ribbon, we have the pine cones, we have the berries. The more of this that we add that are color coordinated, that's when you have a really pretty textured wreath that gives you a little bit more price tag, if you will. Like, people are more likely to pay it because it looks like it is designed professionally. So you're a professional now, whether you're ready for it or not. Just be that. Just own it, right? You got to accept it and own it. And so then from here, I'm going to go ahead and add in a little bit more texture, and I think it's going to be this. I found it hard to use this because it's not quite my style. And if it's not your style either, you don't have to use it. It's really trendy right now. You could use something that's a little bit shorter, but to me, it gives just as much texture. So we've got pampas grass, or we have this little, I have no idea what it is. A stilby is what it reminds me of. So it's more of an oatmeal color as stilby. And that would still, because it has a little bit of the peachy pink in it, it's going to coordinate really well. And you would just use it to fill in here or there, adding a little more texture. But I'm going to go ahead and use this, even though I'm not, it's not quite my style. Okay, where are we going? How are we doing this? Let's just go for it. Y'all, you just have to go for it. Now, how many of these do I really want? I'm just going to measure with love. Measure with our heart. Measure with our heart. Can't mess it up, right? Fix anything we mess up. All right, some of these are longer and some of these are shorter. Let's just try this one. Again, if you're not sure where things are going to go, let's just place them. And then we can glue them in when we're happy with our results. All right, I feel like something needs to come this way. That might be a little too long. We liking it so far? We're going to make this shorter. Okay, how many of these are we doing now? I feel like something needs to come over here. Oh, goodness. Yes, own it, Matika. She's a professional now. Love it. She is owning it. I think that's going to go right here, but I'm going to need some glue first. Okay. Anybody else who used this worried about getting the glue on this? Don't be the Gorilla Glue hair girl. Don't be that, okay? Let's, ooh. Okay, let's get this one in. We're going to come over here, find the wreath underneath. I'm going to pull it back out a little bit more. Right there, I think. That looks good. And then we're going to do one right under there. I want to go, trying to figure out the angle here. I want to go straight up under here. Let me try to make this a little shorter. I'm going to try to find that wreath base. There's a lot of stuff under here. A little bit further in. Okay. What do y'all think? Ooh, it looks pretty. Am I happy with 4? That looks way too much. But I was thinking one up here. And I know, right? It's not something, it's a little more on the modern. Kind of like that, not gonna lie. Go way over here so we don't drip the glue. What do you think so far? Hey, if you're over on TikTok, make sure to give us a follow if you like to make things with silk flowers and ribbon. Give us a follow and a heart. Thank you so much for watching and being here. I do appreciate it. All right, so we have our ribbon down here that we can fix. What else? What else? What else? Okay, so from here, what I would do is just like fill in and make sure that we don't have any holes. And, you know, I do have this pine cone. If you're really like jazzed about adding the pine cone back, it would look pretty there. Or it might look pretty over here. I think I like it over here better. Let's go ahead and add it on this side. So I'm going to cut off this wire that's already on it because it wasn't long enough. And we're going to make our own wire. Just take your wire and wrap it around some of these little needles and then just keep twisting. Yes, Boho Autumn. Boho Autumn. All right, I'm going to come over here with this. I want to make sure that's good and then tight. Thank you, Miss Ann. Hey, Fran. That's good. So we've got one pine cone here and one there. We've got some symmetry going on. All right, I'm going to use this as the foliage, the grass. So isn't it interesting, the wreath that we made last week, not last week, but last time we were live, we used the greenery first. And here I'm using the greenery last as a filler. So just showing you multiple ways of making wreaths. Until you start researching this, you don't realize that there's just unlimited options available to you. And you get to be the creator. You are the artist. You can make this anything you want it to be. If you don't like the boho look, no, you don't have to have it, make it. But if you are, like to experiment with different things, then try your hand at something a little bit out of your comfort zone. So that's exactly what I was doing here. Just trying something different. All right, I'm going to start filling in with this grass. And the grass, I chose this grass is because the tips of it have a little peach. A little bit of a peach. It brings in the peach. They're not peach. What color is that? It's not a coral. It's not a peach. It's like a cross between a blush pink. Let's just call it blush pink. All right. So this greenery also has a little tip of blush pink. Maybe you can see it on my shirt. Do you see that? It just shows a little bit of a blush pink tip, and it blends very pretty. So when you're choosing your florals, just really pay attention with all of the coloring on them. Come up here. And I only have one bush of this. So I'm going to balance what I'm adding. So up high and then now down low. It's going to come right here through this way. The ribbon is 4 inch. Yes, ma'am. 3 loops. Let's see. I think it's in there. All right, I'm going to come over this way, I think. Let's do a little bit right here. You can cut these as long or as short as you want. I'm liking this. You see how my eye is flowing from this piece to this piece to this piece to this piece to this piece. So we're creating this line through repetition. And now I'm going to come over to this way and start continuing my line as we bring it up now. This is the way I want my eye to flow when I'm looking at it. Okay, now we're going to come over here. Is anybody learning anything? All right, where do we want to go? I'm going to go right here. Okay, and then let's put a little piece right here. So pay attention to where I want the greenery to land visually, and that's how you're going to know where to insert into the wreath. You're just paying attention to this part. All right, now let's go over this way and add some. think I'm going to take that off. We're going to go right through here. I got to find the wreath. Okay, so that brings my eye this way. And then I think I'm going to put another little piece of this green right there. Actually, maybe I'll come over here. Okay. Now, I do have another stem that's just nothing but leaves. And what I'll do is anywhere I think that there might be a little hole showing. So to me, there's like a little bit of a hole here and there's a little bit of a hole here. So we're going to just use these to fill in. And the leaves are good because they carry with them a lot of real estate, right? They're kind of on the bulky side. So it's really nice to use to fill in, especially in the fall. I used to, when I was first starting wreath making, I used to love fall because you just put a few leaves in there and you're like halfway done making that wreath. So it just helps to like fill in. I'm going to do another one down here. Right about there. Okay, let's get another stem. Would be nice to have something right about there. Marie is loving this wreath. All right, where are we at? Okay, now I'm going to come over here with this one. Let's put a wooden floral pick on here. All right, we need a little bit of length. I think I need longer length than what a steel pick will do for me. And I'm going to get my tape. If you've never seen a wooden floral pick, this is what it looks like. It's 4 inches. It has a little wire, copper wire on the end of it. You line it up with your silk flower. So what we're going to do is extend this stem. There's 3 reasons to use a pick on your stems. It's either to shore up the stem so it doesn't, melt in the hot glue, or add girth to the stem so that it stays in a loose wreath. Maybe you need a little more thickness, or to add length, and that's why I'm using it right now, is to add length. Okay, and I want it to be right about here. I'm going to put my thumb there, hold it to where I want it to insert, dip it in the glue, remove my thumb, and insert. Let's see if I think I need to come down a little bit further. Right about there. So that got maybe some length down here. Okay, and now I'm going to insert this other one over on this side. This is so pretty. And then we'll do one up here. I got to get one more stem. Oh, thank you, Karen. All right, we're going to come over here with this one. Just want to make sure I'm even on the sides of my bow right here so that we have the same, you're trying to get the same width. It doesn't have to be that way. There are styles where you can have I call them the ponytail wreath. So it's like, you know, when you were wearing ponytails as a kid, well, maybe you're still wearing them, but you have a ponytail holding it, and then you have your braid or whatever, your hair. So I was thinking that you can have that, you can have something binding here, and then a long, and it's not the same width, or you can have the same width going in this direction, and that's kind of what I'm trying to do here with this. If you like this detailed explanation, you're going to love our Wreath Making of the Month Club group. I just go into a lot of explanation and detail on the why of wreath making. Instead of just putting it here and not teaching you why we put it the way we do it, I feel like it needs one more little thing right there. And I think I might just do the grass. And the reason I know it needs something here is, again, we're looking at the thickness, and it dips down, and we want it to kind of connect, and it goes down and it goes back out. So we want it to more be, you know, like that with our eye. Janice said she sees it. She sees that hole. Okay, maybe something else right there. Let me just step back and look. Maybe I'll just make this one shorter. See, there's nothing we can't fix. Nothing we cannot fix. Right there. And let me get another leaf. Okay, I like that a little bit better now. Isn't that fun? All right, so now with these little pieces, if you like to put stuff in your bows, I love it because I feel like it blends the bow with the design. However, with this one, we only have 3 loops. So I don't want to like not see the bow. So if I put too much in the middle of it, I feel like you might miss seeing this bow. So I'm going to not put anything here, but I am going to put one more streamer of ribbon on the side. I think we could put that. So this is giving this illusion that our ribbon, our bow actually is a little bit larger than it really is. So we're just giving this luxury ribbon, I don't know how to word it. It's just another little something. We're just adding these little touches, I think, is just what really helps too. Okay, we're trying to find the wreath there. Okay, I want this to come right here, and I know I need to roll it, so I'm going to come out a little bit further, and we're going to just roll it back a couple of times. And we've got this one here. Let's see. I'm going to stand back and just look, because I might put one more streamer. No, I think that looks good. Pretty, pretty, pretty. What do y'all think? Did it turn out pretty? I absolutely love this. It's more of a bohemian look, lots of texture. We've got a line established so our eye can follow the side around without it dipping in too much, okay? Then the other thing we have done is we have created a line with our florals, with our white flowers. Let's put this one back over here. This design is more of a compact over here, but it's also called a crescent shape because that's what I was looking for, to go that way. Lots of really pretty colors. So we talked about color, we talked about the texture, we talked about the line. The form is the shape. We talked about that, which is a crescent shape. What do y'all think? I think it looks good. I think it looks done. So if you're interested in joining us in our Wreath of the Month Club group, make sure to do it by tomorrow. LearnToWreath.com. We have over 500 tutorials just like this one, teaching you all types of medium, from deco mesh to grapevine. We have Christmas trees, we have garlands, we have swag wreaths, swag bases, we have arrangements, silk flower arrangements in there. So we teach you all of the things. We have Coach Lorianne is in there. She's a really good coach. And I'm in there. So we do about 3 tutorials per week. Today we just did a Q&A, and it was so amazing. We did it on Zoom. We had everybody there seeing our face, talking back and forth, and I was super excited to be a part of that. It's so fun. I enjoy helping other people. I did not have it when I was first starting out. Nobody there to ask questions to. I had to learn the hard way, and if I did see somebody's design and I asked about where'd you get the ribbon or where did you get the flowers and stuff, they would tell me to just go do your own research, you know, and they didn't like share too much. And so we do not gatekeep in our Wreath of the Month Club. We tell you literally everything. Like, here, go to this store, use this SKU number. Here, we even have a coupon code on some of them. We do kits. So I don't ship the kits, but I partner with other companies who do kits. And if you want to make a wreath exactly like what we're doing in our kit, you have that option to purchase all the supplies already there for you. The only thing you typically have to buy is like a grapevine wreath, but sometimes the arrangements, they have the container with them, and sometimes the deco mesh wreaths have a wreath base with them. Over on TikTok, does everybody know what a deco mesh wreath is? I assume everybody knows, but maybe you don't. They're the really colorful, fluffy looking wreaths. Poofy, they look a little poofy, but that's what a deco mesh wreath is, and we teach that. We do Q&A sessions, wreath critique once a month, so you show me your wreath and I'll critique it. I pull it up on the screen, everybody gets to watch, and it's a little scary for me and it's a little scary for you, but we get through it, and I just really like to share like some tips on making sure that your wreath design is as best as it can be. And a lot of times, sometimes people remake them, but most of the time it's just like, okay, learn for the next time. Learn for the next time. If y'all have any questions, Marie says it's the best group. I've loved being a part of it. Thank you. If you have any questions whatsoever, and maybe you're like, I don't know if this is good for me, maybe it is, I don't know, I have this question, please just contact me or DM me on social media, or on our website. You can fill out a contact form and contact us, and it'll send us an email, and we'd be glad to answer any questions for you. But all of this is accessed in our membership group. So it's a monthly charge of $27. So every month it's $27. You cancel at any time, but next year it is going up, and this is the last time we're offering it to new members for 2023. All right, y'all, I think that's it. We're gonna head off. What should I make tomorrow? What would y'all like to see? Christmas is what I'm thinking, because it's September 1, and I already told you this is my last fall wreath for this season, so I'm going to honor that. I already said it. Moving on. As a seller, that is literally the hardest thing to do, right? To move on from one season to the next. Even though it's 1,000 degrees outside, well, not today, it's in the 80s, but you know what I mean. Even though it's summer, technically, as a wreath seller, you have to be ahead of the game. So people are right now shopping for fall wreaths, but in about a month and a half, they're going to be looking for Christmas, and they're going to be planning for Christmas. Yeah, a month and a half. So we need to start getting our Christmas inventory stocked up. And so that's why we're going to be focusing on teaching you all there is to know about Christmas wreaths. We're going to use PVC base in the Wreath of the Month Club. We're going to use grapevine wreaths. We're going to do lantern toppers. We're going to do Christmas tree toppers. We're going to decorate Christmas trees, teardrop swag. We're going to literally do a lot. All of it in our Wreath of the Month Club. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Kara. Okay, guys. Until next time, thanks so much for joining me. Thanks for following and subscribing. Love y'all.